Yo, we appreciate y'all for coming and tuning in again. As usual, I'm Jaden Gonzalez, your host.
Sensational. I'm Rell.
And welcome back to Front Row Seat, man. So, a lot's been going on this week, man.
I hope you can swim. I apologize for the waves. I know. I know they get distracting, you know.
You been wolfing?
It's getting bad. You know what I'm saying? I apologize. You never seen a future GM look like this. You know, it's getting bad. But one thing I do want to talk about before, we all start drowning. It's a new fight coming. Canelo won his. Didn't talk about it, but I had that coming. That was my Cinco de Mayo present to me, to myself. Thank you, Canelo. Tank, Martin, who you got?
Man, I'm going to start it off. First off, experience speaks volumes more than anything else. When I look at Tank, I see an experienced fighter who has showed multiple opponents. Whether we want to talk about big names from your Ryan Garcia to lower card fighters, he is showing everybody that he is a force to be reckoned with, man. Straight from Baltimore, right up the street. For real. We got to rep Tank, bro. What about you?
Disagree. I'm going to take Frank. And here's why. I have three reasons. Four reasons. L-E-F-T. He got a straight left, baby. Frank Martin. I gotta go. All right, I'm gonna be honest. I had Tank.
Okay, I was about to say. Hold on.
I had Tank, but I gotta disagree with you. Like until you literally 5 seconds ago just said I got Tank, I was in my head like, should I agree or should I play devil's advocate?
I'm gonna
go with devil's advocate.
I don't know why you would do that because we seen what Tank does. Yeah, like you said, he got the nice left, but we know what Tank does. Counter punch. He got you. He's gonna wait for you to. He's gonna let you get comfortable throwing those blows, comfortable throwing those jabs and those hooks. And you know what he does? He goes, punches down, boom, uppercut. That's his signature.
Realistically, I got Tank in 8. Tank in 8. If anything, okay. Tank unanimous decision. Okay. But because I'm playing devil's advocate, I got Martin in 10.
Martin in 10.
And if
TKO or knockout?
I'm gonna say TKO. I don't see. Well, that is a knockout, but I say a stoppage. I don't think he's gonna put Tank to sleep. No, but I think if I'm putting on a safety net. Shout out to Uncle Mace, but I got a safety net going on right now. So if Martin does win, I got Martin in 10, and I think Gervonta Davis is going to make a mistake just due to him having a big head, and he's looking at Frank Martin like he's food. Now, if we're going realistically, yeah, like I said, I got Tank in 8.
Well, that was a good point about Tank having a big head, but I would also like to point out that Tank, when it comes to him having a big head in the
I'm gonna say pause because I didn't know where that was.
In the interviews and the weigh-ins, but when it comes to the fight, very composed, very patient. You know what I mean? I feel like that's kind of been his mantra. And that's one of the things that I love about him as a fighter because so many fighters, especially with boxing becoming real gimmicky as a sport with so many different celebrities and YouTubers trying to hop in, I feel like the art of boxing is kind of going out and always, people being knockout hungry. But Tank is patient. He's going to let you get comfortable throwing those jabs, throwing those hooks. And sometimes if we really watch the film, he's smart because he'll let them get comfortable to the point where he will leave his guard down purposefully.
Excuse me, say what?
Tank's IQ is underrated. It's definitely underrated.
It's insane.
And because you brought up the gimmicky and the YouTube, I'm disgusted with the new fight that's about to hit the pay-per-view, Paul versus Tyson.
Yeah. I'm
disgusted with it. I'm gonna watch it, but obviously me being a fan, I'm gonna watch it, but also me being a fan, I don't want to watch it because it's like this is a disrespect to the sport. Although we know the face of combat sport right now is
face of combat sports. I'll give it to it. It's MMA. It's
okay.
UFC.
But so as long as we get that out the way, but I feel like boxers ducking fights and allowing these YouTubers to create fights for themselves. This is what is destroying boxing.
Yeah,
I would wish HBO would take back boxing and would just bring it back to the old days. But
to agree with your point there, man, with Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson, it's kind of disgusting to me as well, really, because I feel like it doesn't tarnish Mike Tyson's legacy because we all know who Mike Tyson was.
Absolutely.
But it's like, man, this is one of the best boxers. A lot of people would fight tooth and nail to say that Mike Tyson is the GOAT over Ali, over both Sugar Rays, over Mayweather. But
Roy Jones,
Roy Jones,
you got to start saying Roy Jones' name.
Roy Jones, he's in that discussion, absolutely. But Tyson, bro, this is a YouTube boxer. Get your bag. I ain't tripping. I know you about to get paid off for this fight.
And there's so many rules with this match.
Really?
Yeah, there's a different ounce gloves. I don't know the exact ounce, so don't kill me in the comments. But the ounces of the gloves is completely different from a real professional fight. I think it's maybe like 3 to 4 ounces off. It's 8 rounds instead of 12.
Yeah.
The rounds are slightly longer, obviously. I just don't agree with it. And what, the 30-year
difference,
age change?
Yeah.
Like, it's corny. But one change I do like that happened recently before this show, the WNBA just launched a full chart flight program for the next 2 seasons. It's cost about $25 million for both seasons. But moral of the story is these women are finally able to take flights from games to games, weekends to weekends, cities to cities, states to states, all across the country without any inconvenience, any problems. I'm not sure if you know, but there was a lot of issues with the flights regarding the WNBA and all these female athletes. New York Liberty, I don't know if it was last season or the season before, they went through a huge dispute regarding the league office and their flights. I think they was, again, don't quote me, I don't want to be wrong, but I believe they was still taking chart flights outside of the budget.
Wow, really?
I think. I'm almost positive it was something of that nature. So the fact that they just launched a new chart flight program, it's the needle for WNBA is moving so much. And as a fan, not a fake fan who just became a fan because of Caitlin Clark, I've been a fan. And as a fan for women's basketball, bro, I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm so excited.
Well, I'll give my perspective as a new fan for women's sports. I haven't always watched women's basketball. I will not lie.
No, that's all right. That's okay because sometimes in life you're going to start slow.
But college basketball and everything that has brought us from that LSU squad, seeing stars like Angel Reese and Flau'jae Johnson, and then them bringing in Haley Van Lith, watching them, and even though we saw them go down in the tournament, that is a legendary team.
I thought you were going to name some more superstars. I was waiting for you to name my girl. Because you know my team. I don't even say it on camera.
Okay, I'll name Juju.
Stop playing. Stop playing. USC. USC.
Women's sports is taking off, and I can do nothing but applaud, but I will say to the WNBA, if somehow y'all see this, take advantage of this opportunity. You have big names, big NIL names, from Angel Reese to Caitlin Clark, all coming in to y'all franchise. So I think y'all take this opportunity, take the heat and all of the momentum that has come from this college basketball and really thrive and take the most that you can from it, because you're really changing the minds of men out here. I have so many friends of mine who 2 years ago was like, man, I'll never watch women's sports, man, no. And now they're sitting up here having conversations with me. Really, some of my day one homeboys saying, bro, I'm excited for this LSU game back when the college tournament was going on. Like, they're really changing minds out here. So I can't do nothing but applaud that, man. I can't do nothing but applaud that.
And even more importantly, you're changing the minds and giving confidence to these little girls. And that's what we need. Often, especially in sports, you hear the male dominance. And although when I was young, it was cool. Having a little sister, it's like, whoa, where's the foundation for my baby girl? Having nieces and goddaughters, whoa, where's the foundations for my baby girls? You can wear a dress, you can know how to cook and have a recipe book and all of that. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
But you can shoot that ball. You can kick that ball in the net. You can throw that ball in the net playing lacrosse. Anything we can do, you can do better. So always remember that. And that's why I love women's sports, because it's just a whole new confidence. With women's sports, you also see more fundamental. But that's a whole other story. But because you brought up Angel Reese, I want to ask you this. As we know, Caitlin Clark and Indiana Fever, they're going to get tons of national TV games. I think maybe 80% of their games is national televised. If I'm wrong, probably all of them. But her preseason game was televised. Angel Reese's game and the new rookie Cardoza was not.
Cardoza's from South Carolina?
Right. The Cardoza, the Camila Cardoza from Brazil, yes, sir. But it was kind of like a big thing online because Caitlin Clark's preseason game was televised. The Chicago Sky and I believe, I can't remember who they played, but Chicago Sky game wasn't their first preseason game. And a young lady went live while watching Angel Reese, and her live got more views than the Caitlin Clark game. Right. So, it was a big it was a big issue online. I don't have a Twitter, so I didn't see it on Twitter, but my mother had told me about it, and she asked me my opinion. Although I didn't like that, what I told my mother was, as a sports fan in general, I don't even watch preseason.
Right.
And just because I'm a fan of WNBA doesn't mean I'm going to watch it because I'm a fan of WNBA. I don't watch preseason of any sport I feel like I'm watching. Any sport I'm a fan of, I don't watch preseason. So, to me, it's not the biggest deal. Now, if this was regular season, I'd be going off.
Right.
I'd be going off. But I wanted to get your point of view and your opinion on that.
My opinion on that is, one, I first want to say that is astonishing that the live got more views than Caitlin Clark's actual film. But I will say that it is just preseason. So I don't think it's that big of a deal, similar to you. But when the season starts to come along, I want to see just as much attention on Angel Reese. Because I feel like, honestly, even though Caitlin Clark has definitely put up the numbers and has become the face of women's sports, honestly. Well, now, I won't say all women's sports, but it's become the face of women's basketball. I would like to say that Angel Reese has done maybe not just as much, but almost a similar amount for women's basketball. That LSU squad, when they went to that championship, and then their coach, her name leaves my mind, but when she comes up with her
Kim Mulkey.
Yep. And she has her fits. She dressed like she for a disco or something, like she going out to party, but she coming there to handle business, to win those games. I love how we're giving women athletes a space where they can express their own femininity while still playing a sport with grit. They're not trying to look pretty out there on the court. You know what I mean? They try and play basketball. They try and win a game.
And then if you flip it, you got Dawn Staley. She's always dipped out on her side. Not as flashy as Kim Mulkey, but it's two different approaches that lead to the same result.
Absolutely.
And that's championships. That's wins. That's viewership to the sport and these new female athletes, these new phenoms. So
that's another
it's
thing.
Incredible.
Dawn Staley, I want to hear her name get talked about more. She's one of the most winningest coaches, not just in women's sports, not just in basketball, but in all sports, professional, collegiate, despite gender, despite the exact sport, one of the most winning coaches we've ever seen. Let's put some respect on her name.
Now, for South Carolina, yes, but there's a lot of milestones she needs to pass to be the most winningest. She's not even. I think she just became top 5 in college.
Not in totality, but in percentage-wise.
Okay. Yes. Absolutely. Yes. But another thing I want to talk about is L.A. Sparks and the new duo, Hamby and Brink. You know Cameron Brink from Stanford, the new rookie, also Steph Curry's god sister. Brink had, I think, 11 and 5. I don't want to be wrong. 11 and 5 in her first game. Dearica Hamby is, I think she's coming off. She just got traded to this team, LA Sparks, and she's just coming off a pregnancy. She went through a pregnancy case dealing with the Aces. I think she won a ring with the Aces, their first ring, and there was a lot of. She got pregnant during the season, and some issues happened within the organization. We don't need to discuss that, but I just want to announce that that new duo, I'm looking out for. Especially as a Lakers fan, I definitely got my eye on Brink and Hamby, of course. But we mentioned the Aces, so I want to get your opinion here. Can the Aces be the new Chicago Bulls? You think they can three-peat?
The new Chicago Bulls. They would have to do 2 3-peats to be the new Chicago Bulls.
Right. Okay, so would they be the Bulls from what? 91 to
93? Yeah.
The first three-peat.
From the first three-peat, I would say absolutely. I hear you talking about it all the time. They're the number one player.
Which one? They got a lot of them. You got Plum, you got Chelsea Gray, you got Asia. Oh, Plum.
Plum is the one we had that conversation about before. Man, from what you told me about her skills, about what she shows on the court, man.
Dog.
Nothing. The ceiling is non-existent. Like, it's to the point where there is no ceiling. Like, from what I'm hearing, and it's just like, man, everything I'm hearing about women's basketball is just elevating. So I won't put in anything past it. I think that they could possibly become the next 60 Celtics, man. Hey.
Now ask me.
So, Rell, man.
No, I don't think they can do it. No. I do not think they can do it. No. I'm from Connecticut. I am a Connecticut Suns fan. DeWanna Bonner, I'm going for you. Alyssa Thomas, let's go. Queen triple-double. You know what I'm saying? Dejanay Carrington, let's go. And we got Brianna Jones coming back. Yo, stop playing. Connecticut Suns, we've fallen short so many times the last 3 years. We made it twice and fallen short. The Aces beat us the year before last. This is our year. This is our year.
This is the year.
CT, UConn just did it twice, 2 years in a row. And the girls always pull some astonishing performances. Now it's time for the professionals. CT Suns. Let's go. No one cares about the Aces no more. You're old news. But Asia, I love you. Chelsea Gray, how you doing? Kelsey Plummer, big fan. You're my screensaver. But other than that, CT Suns, that's what I'm going. You are my screensaver. I love you, Plummer.
That's his screensaver.
But yeah, it's CT Suns all day. And after we win, DeWanna Bonner's going to be my screensaver. Oh, DeWanna, you are my screensaver. I can't lie. Plummer, you're my screensaver.
Which one is it? Which one? They can't both be a screensaver.
Kelsey Plum is okay. I'm a bad fan. Kelsey Plum is my screensaver. She is. DeWanna, tomorrow. There's this new feature on Apple. We'll talk.
You're gonna be the screensaver soon. But since we on the topic of basketball, man, bro, these playoffs, dog. Like, this is my favorite time of year, and the Nuggets, bro, from last year, they looked damn near unstoppable. From what I was seeing from them in the postseason, now when I'm watching what Timberwolves is doing, going up 2-0 against the Nuggets in Denver, bro.
Who did the Nuggets play last year? And they beat Miami in the finals. They beat the Lakers in the Western Conference Finals.
They beat the Suns before that, and then they beat the
Timberwolves
Suns
before that, and the Timberwolves in the first round.
Yeah, that was a tough trip.
And that was a tough trip. That's a different Timberwolves team, from this year. But if I'm being honest, that was not a tough trip.
Hold on. How was that not a tough? Because let's discuss this, right?
The defending champs is the Warriors, and who beat the Warriors?
The Lakers.
And when's the last time the Warriors lost in a playoff series? 2013. We beat them. Now, they might have swept us. Yes. They might have swept us. They didn't make it look easy, but they definitely might have swept us. Absolutely. They definitely swept us.
How do you not make it look easy when y'all didn't win a game?
Bro, we lost by like single digits every game. Listen, all right, I'm not about to argue that. They swept us, they killed us. It is what it is. That finals run, that championship run, it's a great run. I'm not taking any weight off of their ring, or what do you say? I'm not trying to take the light off of their ring, but that ring compared to people try to diminish the Lakers ring in the bubble, and that ring holds more weight than this one. If we're being honest, they had played the Timberwolves, a very young team, the Suns. Okay, that was who was on the Suns? Bill was there last year, right?
No,
Bill
wasn't there, but it was KD and Booker. Bill ain't doing nothing, so he ain't even a factor.
Good point. The Booker and KD.
Those are two offensive weapons.
If we're talking about all-around teams, for the Nuggets, bro, those are two easy first 2 rounds. Easy. Now with us, I don't want to. They made us look very easy, but we took out the hard work. Is the Denver Nuggets beating 2023 Warriors?
Yes.
I don't know. That's debatable. Then they go to the finals and beat a play-in team. All I'm saying is that 2023
that play-in team beat the Celtics. That play-in team kicked the Bucks out of the playoffs first round.
Beating the Celtics. How many times have we seen the Celtics lose in the last 5 years?
But none of those losses were easy. They had to work, bro. You're acting as if the Heat didn't have to go 7 games to beat them.
I'm standing on my point. The 2023 run by the Denver Nuggets was not as difficult as people make it seem. Here's my point. 2020 Lakers ring, 2023 Nuggets ring. This one holds more weight.
I wouldn't say that y'all's holds more weight. Y'all beat the same team. How does it hold more weight? Y'all beat the same team in the finals.
Bro, we beat the defending champs. Who did they beat in the 2020? In the bubble. Who they beat? They beat Rudy Gobert and the Jazz and Donovan Mitchell. That was a great series, actually. Who else they beat?
Was that the year that they played Portland? I don't think it was. I think that was the year before.
You're about to use that, though?
I wouldn't use that. You asked who they played. I definitely wouldn't bring out Portland. They stink. But
so who they see in the next round? The Lakers. They lost.
Yeah, they did.
Bro, I don't have.
But if we want to,
really that should be talked about way more. The 2023 championship run by the Denver Nuggets.
I acknowledge your point.
It's not as hard. It's not as difficult as many other championship runs we've seen.
And I acknowledge your point of how they lost. I do acknowledge that. And I will take the point that we discussed last episode a week ago. If you haven't seen it, go tune in. The reason why y'all lost in the bubble was because of the point that you had added, Dwight Howard, right? And if we want to bring that and recirculate it into this series that we're watching with the Timberwolves.
The reason why we lost now is, the reason why we won in the bubble is because of Dwight Howard. The reason why we lost is without that prominent five. I don't know if it's Dwight Howard specifically, but that's that prominent five.
That's the same reason why the Minnesota Timberwolves are beating Denver 2-0 in Denver, because they have so many bodies that they can throw at Jokic. You got Rudy Gobert, just won Defensive Player of the Year.
I'm going to say pause because I didn't know where that was going.
Pause. That was crazy. That was insane. But the Nuggets, Jokic has so many different defenders that can be placed on him in this series. You got Rudy Gobert, Defensive Player of the Year. You got Karl Anthony Towns, whose defense has improved intensely this series from what I've seen. He's taking charges. He's packing up the lanes when somebody's driving in. I'm seeing Cat increase tremendously on defense. Then we got Naz Reid, who just played a terrific game too defensively. I saw him get numerous blocks, numerous steals. Then
6 man a year for a reason.
Then even if for whatever reason they can't place any of those 3 big man defenders on Jokic, they got slow-mo.
Now let me ask you this.
Okay.
Because they're already down 2-0 going on the road.
Right.
If Denver gets swept, does my point not hold even more weight? If they get swept in the second round to the Timberwolves, the youngest player on the court, the youngest player on the court is the best player on the court. If they get swept by the Timberwolves, bro, that just strengthens my point.
I would say that it does strengthen your point, but at the same time, I feel like while we could sit and focus on the Nuggets' success the previous season being seen as one of the easier routes to the finals in recent NBA history, while that is a valid point if they get swept, I would definitely say that it's also a valid point looking at this Timberwolves team as a possible incoming dynasty. Seeing what Anthony Edwards is doing, 43 points in game 1 as, like you said, the youngest player on the court, carrying this roster.
They got to win 2 for me to use that dynasty word.
It's possible.
Everything is possible. It's possible for me to win the lottery, but I'd even put in a ticket. They'd even win 1.
That is true.
I'm not using that dynasty word until they win at least 2 within 3 years.
So if they keep Anthony Edwards in that roster, continue to build around them, keep all of their core pieces intact, Yes, it is a stretch, but I won't say that it is beyond fathoming. It is definitely something that we can consider even this early, seeing them defeat the reigning champs both games at home right after they're coming off so much momentum from beating LeBron, AD. That Lakers team, even though y'all did get beat by the Nuggets, I had y'all beating other teams if y'all face them in the first round. I had y'all beating the Thunder.
I agree. The same way we beat the defending champs the year prior.
So what would we say is
I don't see Denver beating Curry and them. The way Curry was playing against us in round 2 last year, bro, I don't see them beating Denver. I don't see and yes, we got swept, but same way we got gentlemen swept this year, Denver didn't blow past us. Like you can't. Yes,
it was a rather difficult
technically
sweep.
You can't say that because they swept us in the gentleman's sweep, but you really can't point out a game where they was like, yeah, they blew past. No, you can point out a game where like, oh, that was a great comeback for Denver. You could point out games in both years and say, oh, that was a phenomenal game. It came down to the wire. Because out of the last year in the playoffs, we got swept in 4, lost in 5. Out of 9 games, maybe about 8 of those were single digits. 2 out of the 8 led to game winners.
But it goes back to the same issue that y'all always had, because y'all are always fighting in the game. A lot of times y'all are in the lead. What happens? Why can't y'all maintain? Because I feel like that, aside from the big man presence in Minnesota's roster, I feel like another big factor that we're not really looking at is when Minnesota has a lead against Denver, they clutch onto it. They don't let it go. They have their foot on Denver's necks, and they keep it there. Like, from what I saw in Game 2, they saw the momentum, and they kept it going. They shut Jamal Murray down. They shut him down.
So here's my point. So because you just said that, because we was known to give up leads against Denver, Warriors isn't known for that. They're actually known as the third quarter destroyers.
Okay.
Do you really think 2023 Denver Nuggets can beat the 2023 defending champs Warriors?
Yes, I do, because who on that Warriors roster is guarding Jokic?
Who's guarding Curry?
Who's guarding Jokic? Jokic can affect the
Curry,
game
though?
offensively
Hold on.
in more ways than Curry can.
I got Draymond Green containing Jokic over anyone in the league. Over anyone in the league.
What?
When's the last time the Warriors played the Nuggets in postseason?
He's 6'7".
When's the last time the Denver Nuggets played the Warriors in the postseason?
It's been a while.
No, it hasn't. It's actually pretty recently. And guess who won? Yes. I think their championship run, bro, they beat the Denver Nuggets. The Warriors championship run in 2022, they definitely beat the Nuggets because, and I don't know if
you're right.
Because, and if you remember, Draymond Green after the series, he daps up Jokic and said, "Thank you for helping me become a better player, defending you."
He can become a better player. That don't mean he can guard him. He's 6'7". Jokic is a big 7-footer. He's not your average 7-footer in the league. He's 7 foot, pushing like 300 pounds.
The same way Denver has yet to beat this Warriors team, in 2023, if they had to see the Warriors, I got the Warriors.
In what? How many games?
6, maybe 7.
If you had to pick one, 6 or 7?
I'm gonna go with 7.
That's definitely going.
I'm gonna go with 7.
And we see what Jamal Murray and Jokic both do in clutch time. So why can't we? Who's guarding Jamal Murray? They don't have the resources to contain him the way the Timberwolves did. Y'all didn't even have those resources.
In 2023, who did they have? Did they still have they still have Poole and DaVincio, right?
Poole plays no defense. DaVincio was solid,
but listen to what I'm saying. They still have Poole and DaVincio, right? If Poole doesn't play great ISO defense. The help defense that they coach over there with Steve Kerr is phenomenal. We've seen Poole look not like a prominent defender, but we've seen Poole hold the end of his bargain on the defensive side because of the great coaching from Steve Kerr. And I just forgot this young man. Gary Payton is guarding Jamal Murray, and I have full confidence that he can guard him. I'm not saying he's shutting him down the way the Timberwolves defense shut him down.
He gets 12 minutes a game.
And how many did he get in the playoffs?
I'm sure he got a little bit more than that, but
exactly
he's not
my point, bro.
He's not
12 minutes a game,
numbers.
bro. 12 minutes a game in the regular season doesn't compare to the minutes that some people get in the postseason,
but
and you know that.
If you put him in the game, you're sacrificing scoring from a guard position. He doesn't bring points to the table. He gets.
Gary Payton doesn't bring points to the table.
He gets offensive rebounds and putbacks. Occasionally, he'll get an open jumper. He's not an offensive threat, and you know that.
No, I don't. I disagree.
Bro,
I got
Gary.
Gary. I'm not saying Gary Payton is going to go out. Excuse me, Gary Payton II is going to go out and knock down 6 threes. That's not what I'm saying. But Gary Payton is going to get you a possible 3 to 5 offensive rebounds that lead to second chance points. That is insanely impactful. Gary Payton is going to get you hustle stats, things that you don't see on paper, from fighting to lose balls, to guarding someone 94 feet, to being the extra defender that they need when Jokic might be in a post and double teaming. Are we kidding me? What? Gary, I have full faith in Gary Payton containing Jamal Murray.
Jamal Murray is a different beast, man. The only reason why the Timberwolves were able to contain him to the level that they could is because they send doubles after him. They were sending doubles on Jamal Murray every single play. They know his ISO game is like that. Gary Payton Jr. is a great defender and a great offensive rebounder. I'm not taking anything away from him.
So if they just beat them the year prior, because we're talking about if there was a matchup in 2023 between Denver and Warriors. If they just beat them the year prior, what did Denver do that changed for them to beat Warriors the following year?
What they did, I feel like team chemistry is a big thing that we aren't discussing. Team chemistry, they brought in pieces like Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. They brought in pieces. At that time, they still had Bruce Brown, a great defender. You said, who we putting on Curry? Bruce Brown. He's almost as good as the defender of Gary Payton Jr. Are they not on similar levels? Like, bro, you're acting like Bruce Brown is not defensively.
Yes, I'm being funny.
I was like, bro, Bruce Brown is a great role player.
Yes. Bruce Brown's a great player.
Defensively,
Absolutely.
he can hold Curry just as well as Gary Payton Jr. can hold Jamal Murray.
That's disrespectful. Now you're comparing Jamal Murray to Curry.
You're right. That is disrespectful.
Let
me take that back. He can hold him.
So what, 30?
Yeah. We have to discuss New York and Indiana. Man.
Bro.
Because I'm a New York fan. And this is a historic rivalry. Oh, you pulling the Reggie?
Hold on. You're a what fan?
I'm a New York fan. Yeah.
Are you a Wizards fan?
We don't need to discuss that.
Okay.
We don't need to discuss that. What they be doing on them TikTok video? New York. I'm one of them.
Go New York, go New York, go New York, go New York. Man, it's definitely go Rangers. We're going to beat the Canes tonight. We're going to go up 2-0. So I'm definitely rocking with the Knicks right now, just out of love to my Rangers and to my Yankees.
I'm a Knicks fan.
But, man, I got Knicks in 6.
I do. Ooh. That's a good take.
I got Knicks in 6. Pacers look great. Pacers look like if I take 75% of the Timberwolves, that's the Pacers.
With a little bit better shooting.
With a little bit better shooting.
Yeah.
But from specific people, because the Timberwolves, they can shoot all around. No, Pacers can shoot all around the board too.
Yeah, the Pacers.
So yeah, with a little bit better shooting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I would say, like, that's a great matchup. The way Miles Turner matches up with Cat, the way Tyrese Halliburton.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's a.
I still got Timberwolves in 5.
Timberwolves.
I got Timberwolves in 5. The way they're
7.
looking right now, but
I think they sweep Indiana. Honestly.
Nah, absolutely.
But New York, though, man, Jalen Brunson, 4 consecutive 40-point games. We haven't seen anybody do this since Michael Jeffrey Jordan. This is insane what we're watching from him. And now when we look at this team and seeing how they're playing together, from OG Anunoby getting those defensive stops, hitting those open threes, they forget about him. They sleep on him at the three-point line. He's knocking those bad boys down.
For sure.
DiVincenzo everything you want in a 3-and-D player. Josh Hart handling all the dirty work that needs to be taken care of, and you need a player like that. A lot of teams out here in the postseason are missing players like that. So I would definitely say New York is showing me something special, but my biggest question is, how do you think Julius Randle will fit into this roster, say, next year when he comes back?
I think they need to use him as trade bait. Go get some value out of him. I think Julius Randle's time in New York is numbered. I think it's time for a change. And I know we're saying New York just to all the Indiana fans. I don't think you guys look bad. I just think you're just not at the level of New York right now. You guys are insane. You guys, the sky's the limit for the Pacers. But New York just they're on a different beat right now. Besides Boston, New York might be the most complete team. But yeah, in the postseason right now, besides Boston, I think New York is the biggest team. But I don't want us to dwell on this too much longer because there's so many playoffs we have to get through, so many series. OKC and Mavs. Game 1 is tonight, correct?
Game 1 is definitely tonight.
That's a tough one.
It is,
That's a tough one. I'm over here thinking about that. That's a tough one, actually. I don't even know.
It could really go either way because I love what I'm seeing from Oklahoma City. And I love the way Shea is really taking that step to become the leader of this very young team.
It's MVP versus MVP right now.
That's what I'm saying. And Luka, Shea is great offensively, but that's Luka
Doncic, yeah. And Kyrie Irving. Kyrie's on a different tier.
Kyrie torched the Clippers. He torched them. He embarrassed them. He embarrassed James Harden. Absolutely embarrassed him. So when I look at that and I see a team like Oklahoma City Thunder that have no experience, while we have players like Luka Doncic who has been in the conference finals and players like Kyrie who have been in the NBA finals, who have won the NBA finals.
Real quick, because you just said that, I just want to take the time to send my condolences to my family, my friend Isaiah. Nothing's wrong. He's just a Clippers fan. So I just want to send my prayers and my condolences to you, brother. Continue.
I really apologize for that, bro. I know that's tough, bro. Because, I'm sitting here looking at what Kyrie was doing, and I don't know how you could even stomach that, bro. Rell, who are you more surprised with in that Mavs first series? Was it Kyrie Irving, or was it all the new role players that the Mavs acquired?
Lively's been working all season, so I wasn't really too much of him. I was surprised of the Mavs of the increase of their rim protection, because in the regular season, at least the first half of the regular season, they was dead last in rim protection. It was terrible. And that Lively almost looks like he'd been here before.
Yeah.
So but I wasn't too surprised about that as much. I hate to say this because he's my favorite player. As much as I was surprised that Russell Westbrook didn't show up. The Clippers surprised me a lot. Kawhi being unhealthy again.
How different is that series if he is healthy?
Clippers might win a ring.
Honestly,
I got Clippers winning a ring if Kawhi's healthy.
I got Clippers making it past Dallas in 6 with a healthy Kawhi.
Exactly. So there's that. But yeah, I think that series is different. But based on what we see now, I was more shocked of the Clippers' poor performances from different individuals and the inconsistency. But what I'm looking for this series is 7 games, because you got rookie versus rookie, Lively versus Chet, and future MVP or MVP candidates versus each other, Luka and Shea.
Right.
Then who's going to stop Kyrie? Don't tell me Dort. Dort is a great defender. OKC is a great defending team with a coach of the year for a reason. I would have gave it to the Timberwolves coach, but that's well-deserved. Well-deserved.
But he's not holding Kai.
He's not. He could probably contain Kyrie to 29.
Yeah.
And a half. I don't see it. I definitely just don't see it. And
I don't think he's
recently,
mobile enough.
I just want to announce Jamal Murray was fined $100,000 for throwing the heat pad on the court. He threw a heat pad on the court. When it was down 30.
$100,000?
$100,000. Because if you think about it, bro, when he threw it, it was almost mid-play. Or I think it was mid-play.
How far?
Imagine if someone steps on that and there goes their knee, their ankle, or you know what I'm saying? So I don't have $100,000, so I don't want to say it's fair.
Right.
But the fine and the punishment is definitely deserved. That was, as a veteran, you know better. It's unacceptable. It's unprofessional. You're Jamal Murray and you already have one of these. Let's not be a sore loser. You're down 30, make some adjustments.
Facts.
Don't throw things on the court. But you know,
I would like to point out in the next series that I want to discuss, Celtics versus Cavaliers. Are you sleeping on Cleveland that heavy? Cleveland, I believe in you. Let me put that out there. I believe in you, D-Mitch.
what's so good about Cleveland?
I don't see anybody going to Cleveland for vacation.
I want no smoke. It's all jokes. But I got Cleveland in Cancun in 4. If Boston is,
and that's
Boston
generous.
might beat them so bad it might be over in 3.
I was just about to say.
Like this. Come on now, this series is over, bro.
What we seen? What you said the other week? How we hit the step back,
Bro. I think this was game 1 versus Miami. He caught the ball. This is like the quarter of the 3-point, not the top key, just like the quarter of it. Caught the pass. What do you call this? Bro, it was so astonishing. I can't even talk. Like, he caught the pass, hit the pump fake, but he's so tall. The pump fake looked like he jumped. He's still on his tippy toes. Hit the pump fake, jab step right, dribble left, step back like he was Tatum or Kyrie.
Right.
Nothing but net. And that was like his 4th in the first half.
At 7-8. Like, how is this fair, bro? How is this? Hey, Cleveland, throw in the towel, bro. Respectfully. But I really do think Cleveland needs to make some adjustments. I don't see Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland lasting together on this team for much longer. I think one of them has to be moved. They're too similar.
I think they're great. Honestly, I just feel like they're missing something that's binding them together. Now, granted, they're both guards, so the binding is supposed to be between them.
But think about it. Here's the thing. If they're both starting at these 2 guard positions, they both are tremendous scorers.
Right.
Tremendous 3-level scorers.
Right.
I'll give them that. But with both of them starting, you're not just lacking defense because they're both not great defenders, but you're lacking facilitation. They both aren't great passers either. So it's like if you have 2 guys who are both little guards,
right?
They both have no size.
Right.
So you're lacking size, defense, and facilitation. They can't stay together.
Yeah, you got to move them.
You gotta move.
A great
somebody.
forward would help. Like,
but it don't resolve their issue.
It doesn't. It doesn't. Yeah. You got to move them. That's your team. That's the old Washington Wizards.
Oh, Beal and Wall.
Mm-hmm.
Who would you move? Donovan Mitchell or Darius Garland?
I would move Donovan because I can get more out of Donovan. Future GM talk. That's future GM talk for you. I'm definitely moving Donovan. I can get more out of Donovan. I would keep Darius because he's homegrown, and I would just build off of him and continue that loyalty.
That's good. That's
future GM talk right there.
With Donovan Mitchell,
GM Johnson.
What team do you think Donovan Mitchell fits best in? Because he's a teams have to really adjust themselves to bring him into their roster.
I'm not trying to sound biased, but LA. I think he would be great in LA. I think he can fit.
San Antonio? He doesn't. I don't think he has a facilitation.
San Antonio would be great, but Donovan wants to win right now. I think he can fit decently with Coach Rick in Indiana. I think Donovan Mitchell would be pretty good over there. Magic. I think Orlando would be a great home for Donovan Mitchell. Somewhere where he can, just blossom even more. What else? Who else? Honestly, there's a lot. I said Lakers, Orlando, Pacers. I feel like he can fit there.
Although this is unlikely, how do we see Donovan Mitchell fitting in with the Jazz, but the Jazz now?
Larry Markin? The Jazz are still building, and they have a lot of building to do. He just came from the Jazz. He don't want to go back there. I don't see him fitting too well. However, the Jazz is that team reaching their potential from signing Chris Dunn to a 10-day contract last year, and now he's starting. He ended the year starting this year. To Jordan Clarkson, that spark off the bench is unmatched compared to everyone else in the league, besides probably Nas Reed, of course. He shouldn't. The Jazz got their own thing, and I think they're doing pretty well.
Speaking of spark off the bench,
Houston. I like Donovan Mitchell with Houston. They would still need someone else, but yeah.
Here's my thing. If we bring him into Houston and we pair him up with Fred VanVleet, then you have the same issue that they had in Cleveland. They would have to move Fred VanVleet for him.
You're right.
But that might be worth doing.
And there's a lot of small ball over there in Houston regardless. But with Sengun, Baby Joker.
Bro, he needs to play the 4. Why is he still running the 5?
I love Sengun.
If we place a good rebound, like imagine if Rudy Gobert was on the Rockets. That would be a nasty team.
That's definitely a great team.
They might be conference finals bound.
Second round. I got second round exits for sure.
Exit?
Yes.
Yeah, they don't have that.
This is Rudy Gobert, not Cat.
Yeah, he doesn't have any offense that he brings him.
You know?
But since we were talking about sparks off the bench with Jordan Clarkson, I would like to give my flowers to somebody, even though we're returning to the same series we talked about previously, Reggie Jackson. Off the bench, although he is an older player, although he doesn't get many minutes, when I look at his sparks off the bench, man, like the things he can bring to the game, offensively, his skill is some of the best guards when you're talking about skill. Now, he might not have the IQ and the athleticism to really compete with the best, but skill-wise, I've seen him get crossovers, jump shots, all of that.
I think IQ-wise, he does have the ability to compete with the best.
Really?
Yeah, I love Reggie Jackson. Although he got exposed last night, he got dropped by Ant. I love Reggie Jackson. I love this game in OKC. I was hurt when he left, and it seemed like him and Russ was butting heads a little bit. I just as a fan, my feelings was hurt, but they look great. He looks great, and I love him as a player. I think he could fit. He's one of those players that could fit in almost any system.
Absolutely.
He's definitely great. But that is our takes on the NBA Finals. You let us know in the comments what you think. Let us know if you think that we're wrong, and if you think we're wrong, look in the mirror because it's probably you. But to transition to the last topic, I love asking these questions just to hear from our fans and from you. Okay. How important is it for you to surround yourself with people who want to strive for better, rather than people who are comfortable where they're at or complacent?
I would say that I first want to say that's a great question. Me personally, I love surrounding myself around people that strive for better because I feel like it personally motivates me in a way. Not just motivating me because it's contagious. Like, it's always contagious being around other people who are doing great things, but it also makes you more hungry because it's like a competitive edge to it. You know what I mean? Like say, for example, if we just wanted to talk about our relationship, right?
Right.
Like, I kind of view you as a big brother. So
right.
Whenever I see you going out and doing great, I'm like, man, I could do that. You know what I mean? So sure. I gotta go out and try harder. You know what I mean? So I think those relationships where somebody is pushing you, that's real love right there. You know what I mean? The people who are really there for you, they're gonna make sure you reach your full potential. What about you? What did you think?
I couldn't have said it better myself. I wasn't even thinking like that at 20. So at 24, I'm definitely on that same motto of just want to surround myself with those who want for better. But last question to end the show. This is a very, very important question to all my Bronx Tale fans. Would you rather be feared or respected?
I I'd rather be. The two are kind of similar to me, kind of. They are different. You're right. They're definitely two completely different things.
Would you rather want someone to do something for you because they're scared of you or because they respect you?
Respect. Absolute respect. I'm not big on fear and using people's fear to, but respect, definitely. Would you agree?
I agree.
Man, let us know what y'all think. Would you rather be feared or respected? That is the question of the day. We thank y'all for tuning in as usual. Front row seat. Come back next week.
Remember, sensational.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Jay.
Future GM Rell.
And today we coming to hip y'all on some new clothing lines. I know y'all see it. Y'all see the design that on fire, ain't it?
Stacks Apparel. Hit the link below. We got your sweatshirts, got your hoodies, got your hats, got your socks. We got everything. Hit the link below. Shout out to the CEO, Landon Peabody. Yes, sir. Shout out to my guy. If you get the black hat, that's fire. Next cop got to be the tan one. I think it's a tan hat with the gray brim.
Tan and gray jump?
Bro,
Hey, bro.
heat. That's bread and butter right there.
You know the blue
Get
jump?
that. Now the blue joint fire.
Blue
They got navy blue
jump.
joint and a baby blue joint. The sky blue just dropped.
Pick your poison,
Bro,
baby.
hit that link. Hit that link. And buy something extra for me. I'm a little short right now. I need a little t-shirt. But hit that link though.
Don't waste another minute. Appreciate y'all.